It's time for a Kingdom Hearts remake. And yes, I mean a remake of the original PlayStation 2 title from back in 2002. The Kingdom Hearts series has been around for over 22 years at this point, and the series has received its fair share of remakes itself. We got a full-blown remake of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, bringing the sprite work of the old Game Boy Advance game to the 3D realm on the PlayStation 2. Then we got remakes of smaller titles that were trapped on mobile devices and later brought over to the DS. Point is, remakes aren't exactly unique when it comes to the Kingdom Hearts series. Heck, one of the reasons the series is so popular these days is because of the remastered collections of all of it. In the modern era, you can play every Kingdom Hearts game on PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and Nintendo Switch if you really hate yourself. It's easier than ever before to get your hands on these games and experience why so many people love this franchise so much. So why would I come on here and talk about remaking Kingdom Hearts 1? Funny enough, I created a community post talking about the possibility of a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake, and the majority of the comments were against the idea, rather wanting Square Enix to focus on new titles in the Kingdom Hearts series instead of going back. Or players would want a remake of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days or Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, as these games are much more difficult to actually play in the modern era, with Kingdom Hearts Days only being available in movie form with the gameplay version trapped on the DS. Heck, the fans have taken matters into their own hands and have made an HD version of the original Days, with widescreen support and higher resolution for the game. And Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is going to be the entire future of the franchise as it's leading up to Kingdom Hearts 4. So a lot of people will want to know the story of that game to enjoy the next entry to its fullest. Ideally, both of these titles do deserve remakes down the line, but it's not the point of this video. I want to take a look at Kingdom Hearts 1 and have a real heart-to-heart about this game. As much as I adore this game and respect and understand the tone, I can fully admit that the original Kingdom Hearts has not aged as well as we would have hoped. And I'm someone who has played the original game dozens of times throughout my life. I see the appeal of the game design because I am someone who was there when it was first introduced. The entire reason for this video is because I recently tried to get a friend of mine into Kingdom Hearts. So as any normal person would do, I suggested they start playing with the first one. And I was watching them play the game while offering little to no hints to avoid being a backseat gamer, and I noticed that they were struggling often on where to go first. Even on Destiny Islands, they had failed to make certain jumps, locate items for the raft, and overall just had a hard time getting into the game. And I could chalk it up to them not knowing how to play the game, but this player got so fed up with it that they no longer wanted to progress. Let's all be honest, as iconic and special as the original Kingdom Hearts is, it does have this certain level of clunk. The camera would often be an issue as the rooms were just too small, getting caught up in the corners. Jumping left a lot to be desired in the early game, causing players to miss jumps and lose several minutes of progress, and the game itself is very rudimentary when compared to modern Kingdom Hearts games that we get now. But it's the first in the series, we need to get players to start there. In general, Kingdom Hearts 1 has tons of things that makes it feel like an older PlayStation 2 title. No discredit to that era of gaming at all, I still absolutely adore the game, but Kingdom Hearts 1 has aged the roughest out of all the games, being the oldest. This has led me to start the discussion of a Kingdom Hearts remake. But before I jump into it, let me know in the comments section below. I know I asked this in the community post before, but I'm gonna ask it here too. What would you like to see from a Kingdom Hearts remake down the line? Any changes or additions you want to put into the game? And while you're down there, please be sure to hit that like button. Keeps the channel going strong, and I very much appreciate it. When looking at a Kingdom Hearts remake, I first want to take a look at another remake Square Enix has been working on throughout the years: Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, Final Fantasy VII Remake is a full-blown reworking of the original game on the PlayStation 1. I mean, just by looking at it, you can see the difference in gameplay and quality. Although the original Final Fantasy VII is considered one of the most important games of all time, it defined what it meant to tell modern stories in gaming during that era, and told one of the most beautiful tales to ever touch the disc. So when Square Enix went back to the drawing board, they completely reworked everything but maintained what it meant to be Final Fantasy VII. Without getting too deep into the spoilers of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, it kind of functions more as a sequel to the original Final Fantasy VII. There are certain things that occur throughout the game that define this entry as its very own being, as the player is fully expected to know the story of the original game before jumping into this one, as the entire game has somewhat of a meta commentary on its characters and their place in the world. The Final Fantasy VII Remake is changing the story to offer us a bit of new content, and I remember hating this at first. I just wanted a one-to-one remake of the original game with this new gameplay style. First off, when they split the game into 3 different games, I already wasn't a fan. But to see how much they've been fleshing out the world in these entries, I totally understand it now. Heck, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has grown to be one of my favorite games because of how it uses the content from the original Final Fantasy VII and just goes further beyond with it. I would like it if Kingdom Hearts did the same thing with its own remake, where instead of just acting as a remake of the original game, it would offer up some modern changes to both the gameplay and the story. And Kingdom Hearts has already begun their entire thing with meta commentary, as Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4 seems to be appearing in a very realistic world, showing that he's an outsider from somewhere unrealistic and beyond. I'd want the Kingdom Hearts remake to be tied into the narrative, being another stepping stone to push the story story as well. And now here's a crazy theory of how we can make that happen. So what if the Kingdom Hearts remake is already a game that exists in the Kingdom Hearts universe? When playing Kingdom Hearts 3, you'll head over to the Toy Story world. Here you'll encounter Buzz, Woody, and his friends as they're playing a game called Verum Rex. In the context of this world, Verum Rex is just a video game that Rex plays during his free time. But later in Kingdom Hearts 3, it turns out Yozora, the character from the Verum Rex game, is actually real. Sora encounters him in this new reality far from his own and engages with him in battle, giving us one of the greatest secret bosses in the history of the series. When looking into Kingdom Hearts 4, it seems like we'll be spending a lot of time in this city, a location that we have determined that Yozora is originally from. So what if these worlds are kind of opposite of one another? As we saw in the Kingdom Hearts world, Verum Rex is a video game. So what if in the Verum Rex world, Kingdom Hearts is a video game? What if you're playing as Sora in Kingdom Hearts 4 and you come across a video game store with a copy of Kingdom Hearts in the window? But this isn't the version of Kingdom Hearts that we know. This is a version of Kingdom Hearts that exists within this reality with its own changes. The Kingdom Hearts remake that we play in real life is the version of Kingdom Hearts that exists within this reality. And there are a few things that make me feel this way, like the fact that Yozora seems to already know who Sora is when he meets him.
Sora? You're Sora?
You know who I am?
Sure. I've heard of you.
Now, how would Yozora know what Sora looks like if he's never met him before? Maybe Yozora knows Sora because he's a video game character, the same way that Sora knows Yozora, because he's a video game character. The Kingdom Hearts 1 remake is going to be the version of Kingdom Hearts that Yozora has experienced. It's also the reason why Yozora says the opening lines for Kingdom Hearts 1.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. There
is a version of Sora that Yozora has already known about for a while. Funny enough, in the trailer during the Toy Story world, you can see the game has a version where they sold toy versions of the Gigas. And with Kingdom Hearts 3, there is a version that you could buy that came with the Toy Story figures of Sora, Donald, and Goofy. This version was made exclusive if you pre-ordered from Square Enix. And I thought that was just an interesting tidbit to bring up, and knowing Square Enix, that doesn't surprise me at all, although maybe I'm just crazy. It comes with being a Kingdom Hearts fan. Now, what does this Kingdom Hearts remake even look like? The version Yozora gets, the version that will eventually play. For starters, I do think we should go much bigger when it comes with the worlds. I think going back to Kingdom Hearts 1 should flesh out these worlds with more enemies, rooms, and treasures, making the length of each world akin to a Kingdom Hearts 3 world's length, which can range from 2 to 3 hours depending on how long you take. Meaning we'll get redesigned versions of Traverse Town, Hollow Bastion, Olympus Coliseum, etc. I would like it if Sora kept all of his gear and abilities from this game too, learning abilities like Sonic Blade and Ragnarok as they progress through the game. There would of course be a bigger emphasis on comfortable platforming as well, making it easier to land those tough jumps. And with the game designed with 16:9 from the very beginning, they can make it so the camera doesn't get stuck as often. I'm also thinking we'll get new voice recordings from the cast. I bring this one up in particular because of Sora. In the original Kingdom Hearts 1, Haley Joel Osment, the voice of Sora, still sounds like a child. You can see the leap between the voices between the original game and the very next and how deep his voice gets.
No, this huge black thing swallowed me up. I couldn't breathe, Ow!
That way, to the door. Are you scared?
I think redoing the game with Sora's new voice lines using the voice that he uses in Dream Drop Distance would be the way to go. That way his voice is much more uniform with what happens in the rest of the series. Then of course we have to talk about the jungle in the room. So Deep Jungle was a world in the original Kingdom Hearts, acting as a location where we interacted with Tarzan and his friends. Although Tarzan has never made an appearance in the series again, as Tarzan is not exclusively owned by Disney, as the license originates from the Edgar Rice Burroughs estate. So we haven't seen Tarzan make an appearance since then. Now, how do we remake the game if we're gonna have to remove an entire world? Well, that's exactly it. Just remove the entire world and replace it with something else. In general, the story of the Deep Jungle can be completely removed and reworked if they want to keep certain things in. I know that there are certain scenes that focus on Kairi and Sora's relationship with Donald and Goofy that are very important, but do these moments really have to happen in this world again? Heck, I think this is a great opportunity to add the Jungle Book as a world. It checks the box of having a jungle-themed level in the game, and Jungle Book was supposed to be in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, but that was scrapped. So reworking this world into a different Disney property might be the way to go. But the story will remain mainly the same. We might get some in-depth knowledge about the Kingdom Hearts lore, like more hints towards Birth by Sleep or Union Cross or whatever, but the story itself will remain the same. Sora is traveling Disney World to Disney World to find his lost friends Riku and Kairi, and he's using the Keyblade to fend off the darkness. The game itself is just now way more polished, the true definitive Kingdom Hearts 1 experience. I'd want this game to be treated as well as any other mainline title. Given the big budget, it deserves to really make it shine. But this doesn't mean I don't want those other Kingdom Hearts remakes. Kingdom Hearts 358 Over 2 Days and Union Cross remakes should still be made down the line. But I do think think these games lend themselves to be smaller AA titles instead. Games that use the old Kingdom Hearts art style to tell their small stories in a compact way. Plus, remaking these games in this way is probably going to be a lot cheaper than going for the full-blown way, especially right now in an era where Square Enix wants to focus more on their flagship series. I think remaking these games in smaller packages is the best way to go to scratch that itch. Also, remaking Kingdom Hearts 1 will make Square Enix a crap ton of money. Like, let's just be honest, the side Kingdom Hearts games just don't have that same level of general audience appeal that the mainline titles do. A Kingdom Hearts remake might be a big hit as newcomers might want to jump into this new version, and old veteran fans can look at this and take it for what it is. I do think eventually we'll see a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake. This is just how things work in a capitalist society, but I do want it to be different enough to justify its existence. If I really want to go back and play the original, I can do that 6 million different ways. But this remake is a good way to open the door for Kingdom Hearts fans. Get them to understand why the series is so beloved with a modern spit shine. But that's what I think. I'm totally a part of this as long as they continue to keep it weird. Like, I'd still be down to collect every Trinity Mark, Dalmatian, and complete every challenge in this new version. And I think it would be a big hit for Square Enix. But let me know what you guys think. Did any of what I said broke through to you? Do you like this new version of the game? Would you hate it? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, and stay awesome.